morning, day 3. We are getting all packed up. We are getting ready to head out. And today we got about 13 and a half miles to do. We're going to plan on, I think, camping at, I think it's the last spot before you get to the state park boundaries. So if we, to go on any farther than that, we'd have to add, I think, what, like 6 miles or something like that onto that, or 8 miles.
It would be close to a 19-mile day.
Yeah, it would end up being a 19-mile day. So we're gonna stop short of World's End State Park and camp there, and then finish it out tomorrow. So we're gonna finish packing up and get moving. All right, we just came up on mile 29, so we are a little bit more, maybe half a mile more than halfway for the trail. Today we got a couple points of interest we're going to be coming up on. Probably this morning we're going to get probably to the ladder. It's basically this big, huge ladder you have to climb down to get to the waterfalls, and there's quite a few waterfalls to see in that stretch, so that'll be beautiful. And we have, it's a pretty famous view. It's Alpine. Is it Alpine view? It's called Alpine view. So we'll be seeing that. There's a couple other spots that'll be between here and camp. So far this morning, it's been pretty good. A lot of rocky spots, some ups and downs, but not too bad. We're going, I'd say, between 2 and 2.5 miles an hour, which isn't bad. The biggest thing that's slowing us down today it's a lot of this area is like real swampy and stuff. So you're kind of navigating, hopping the rocks and hopping on little sticks to try not to sink up to your neck in mud. So, but I don't think that lasts too much longer. We're walking along, and this is like the second time this trip we've walked along this like a really nice creek. We're kind of in a gorge, but it's just one of those beautiful areas. I think there's 3 of these. We'll go to another one today. We're going to go down here to the end, climb out, go down to where the ladder is, and we'll just see a creek like this with lots of waterfalls. It's very, very, very beautiful here on the Loyalsock Trail. Just made it to the sign here for the ladder. They fixed it. It was broken in half last year, so this is a new one. But the trail is rerouted a little bit because you normally would have went down here to get to the ladder, and over there was the bypass to avoid the ladder. So we're at lower Alpine view, and there is a rattlesnake sitting right out there getting sun. Long hills, man. That's what the Loyalsock Trail is, up and down. Rinse and repeat. It's almost 1 o'clock. It's just about 1 o'clock. And we left lunch probably about 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. But we had lunch right up there on the top there at Alpine View. Beautiful place for lunch, I tell you. And if you walk back from the firing, away from the edge and the clearing, back into the woods, maybe 30 feet, it opens up to plenty of places for tents and plenty of places for hammocks. It's a rather large camping area. No water though, because you're up at the top and it's totally dry, but that's a primo lunch spot and a primo camp spot. About a little bit more than 10 miles in for the day. It's a little after 1:30, so we're making really good time, and we're only going to roughly mile for today, 13.5 or something like that, somewhere around there. So just before World's End State Park. So it'll be mile marker 42-ish, I believe it is, somewhere around there. So that's the plan, but it's been pretty cruisy lately. It's not real bad. Beautiful day though. Weather's beautiful, it's warm. Most of the time there's a breeze, but beautiful day to hike. We are just about to hit mile 40, and we stopped here for water. And this is a beautiful, beautiful campsite for tents and hammocks. There's benches, place to sit, water. I actually stayed here in 2019 on my third night. Hung my hammock right over there. Beautiful spot. But this was the first water source we came across in hours. We got water where the ladder was down there. And then we came up and we've been up and there's been no water since. So we were a little dry, a little thirsty because we were out of water. And nice little break here. Took a nice 10-minute break and chugged a liter of water, and now we only got about maybe 2.5 miles left until we make it to camp. made it to where we're going to call home tonight. It's at roughly mile 41.94, just right before mile marker 42. As a matter of fact, we walked up a little bit further to make sure that this was the site, and we did see mile marker 42. So not the greatest site, hasn't been used in a while. Fire ring's right here. I'm going to try to go between these two trees right here. Lots of brush. I'm going to have to kind of clear away some of the leaves. Derek's over there in the primo spot. But this will definitely work, because who cares? I'm going to be hanging. Works for me. But there are some spots for tents. Where he's hanging, you can put a tent. Tent over here, tent over there. So this site would work. And this is the last place you can legally camp before you enter the World's End State Park boundaries, where you're not allowed to camp there unless you're at the campground. So, all right, we're going to get set up. First try. All right, got everything set up. It's about 5 o'clock. Water's kind of hard to get to. It's not real hard, but it's just a pain off in the distance a little bit. So we filled up everything we had, so that way we just don't have to go back down there again. Plus, I'm going to chug a lot of water here soon just to rehydrate. It was a hot day hiking. The air was really dry, so when you sweat, it just evaporated off and you went through a lot of water. And we went through a pretty long stretch without water, without any water sources, so we were running real low. But everything's set up, got all our chores done. Site's turning out to be a pretty nice site. I mean, I got my hammock hung and his is hung, so it works. So I'm gonna eat here soon. It's almost 5 o'clock, and probably lounge around. It's hot here. It's about 78 degrees. And if you can probably tell, it's sun's beating right down on me on this Dyneema tarp, which makes it like a greenhouse. So yeah, it's heating up. It's about that time for me. I'm gonna have sausage scramble from Next Mile Meals. I ate most of my dinner already, but I'm gonna have the rest of my trail mix for today. And dessert's gonna be a Snickers bar. So all right, it's about 7 o'clock, and just hanging out here in my hammock. I already ate, everything's done. Had my tea, got my charging tree with all my cords and gadgets to charge up tonight. So it's gonna relax for us tonight, probably turn in around 8 or 9, and just relax, watch a movie. I don't have much of a view here. Here's my view from my hammock. It's not really much, but it's neat looking. It'll probably be scary at night, but so yeah, it's gonna hang out here for a while, and with that, I'm gonna end it. And we got 17 miles to go tomorrow to the end of the trail. Weather, like tonight, is supposed to be in the 60s all night long, so it's not gonna get cold. It's only gonna be in the low 70s tomorrow, but cloudy and a chance of rain in the afternoon. So we'll probably miss the rain. Well, I don't want to say we'll miss the rain because it'll jinx us, but hopefully we'll miss it. And but that's it. And with that, I'm going to leave it here, and I will see you tomorrow.